What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and it's time for the third annual Will Gotham Knights Be at the Game Awards. Look, I guess I should probably lean into the fact that it truly is 3 years in a row asking this. Now, things have changed every year, credit where credit's due. The first time, the game wasn't announced, we didn't even know it. Last year, the game was announced, but the odds probably weren't very high, and I don't even remember what I said last year, and then now we have this year. So will the game be there? That is what I want to discuss in this video. It's tough. I guess that's an easy thing to say, right? But obviously, every year again comes with its own unique set of things we've heard and circumstances that's going on with the game. And this year, it's been less time since DC Fandom than it was last year, right? We also have just an entire year of just not having seen it, and obviously DC Fandom fixed that problem in October, but left us wanting, I think it's fair to say, right, a lot more. As I've said actually many times, I liked what we saw at DC Fandom. I just didn't think it was, I think they needed to show more. The release date not being there was obviously annoying, but as we keep going back to, right, one of the people that were working on the game did say, the release is coming soon, that's going to end up happening. We know based off of the website, right, that there is still seemingly like things going on there where you have the Court of Owls and the other four, basically factions of the game are locked. So there is, more to come. And I do still think as we get closer to the game, things are just going to be rapid fire, just being announced and I guess on their website unlocked, right? But will it be at the Game Awards? Well, the most difficult thing, I guess, to predict, even with that, I mean, that's a difficult thing in and of itself, but is Hogwarts Legacy. So, I live in a world, and this is a sick, twisted world of mine, where I don't think, I got to stick with my gut. This is just what I kind of feel. I don't think both games would be at the Game Awards. Now, I know, because I've said that, in past videos here and there, and I know the reception to that has been, not everybody agrees with that. And I think that's fine. I think that's fair. I think both games could very well, I think it's possible. I just don't think it's going to happen. And that really is what stops me dead in my tracks, because it's like, well, it's basically a choice-based game, because I have to pick which, path to go down. Do I want Hogwarts Legacy or do I want Gotham Knights? I think Hogwarts makes a lot of sense to be there. Yet again, we always say that. I mean, it really just comes back to saying, the same kind of quotes over and over again. It does make sense for Hogwarts to be there, mainly because of, Gotham Knights was technically, shown again, but we haven't had Hogwarts Legacy yet. We had that Millie A on Twitter, a pretty darn good leaker, talk about, how Hogwarts was either going to be in October, maybe it's at a State of Play, or December at the Game Awards. And it obviously wasn't in October, so now maybe it's... So you have all of these things playing out with Hogwarts. Hogwarts has like a lot more backing to it, I think. And that kind of is like, well, it is true. They did show Gotham Knights, and it's like, would they show it again? And I guess that is fair. I mean? I would say, we looked at the artists, remember the art director on his website, how it said spring of 2022. And a lot of people were saying, like, what's most sad or stupid about it is, like, you could just throw that at the end of either of those trailers we got at this past DC Fandom. Okay? Like, either the one talking about, the Court of Owls or the story trailer itself. You could have just thrown in spring 2022 at the end, called it a day. Would you really have done all that, not shown it, just for 2 months later, literally 2 months, to do it at the Game Awards? Possibly, because maybe there's like deals that have been working out with Jeff Keighley and all that. It's definitely possible, but it just doesn't seem right or, I don't know, likely, or it just something doesn't seem, good about it. So I really don't know. I really want it to be there. And I would say, like, if you're not going to do it there, like, DC Fandom has been the only place there, it seems like, right? Now, obviously, they have to change that, but it's the only place they feel comfortable, seemingly, talking about this game. And it's like, well, if it does come out April, May, June, you either you show it at the Game Awards, so you got to do it somewhere else, January, February, maybe in that range. And it's like, well, you don't have DC Fandom to do it there, so you have to, you have to do it on your own, which I've said for a long time. I think they could do an event simply on their own or just on a random Monday, just announce it. I don't really think that's a negative thing, but maybe they want another new trailer and attach a release date to it. So I'm hoping this is really a short, I would say a shorter video than most of these Game Award ones, because there's not almost anything to go off of other than spring 2022, which is definitely something, and that we would get a release date soon. And that was said, I believe, the day of or the day after DC Fandom. So it's like, well, it's out, soon. And again, to me, soon does not mean 6 months from now. Soon doesn't mean tomorrow in the gaming world, but soon I would say means within the next couple months. Again, Christmas come early for me, for the channel, but also, again, for me, for my own personal life, would be to watch the Game Awards. It's going to be awesome. We'll co-stream it. It's going to be probably one of the biggest events of the year, right? And to see not just Hogwarts Legacy, which is a game, obviously, you guys know I really want to see again, and I cover so much, but also Gotham Knights. I mean, if we got both of them, which, again, I think is possible and would be kind of cool and would basically even be like a mini WB Games show at the Game Awards. Then you have to say, well, probably no Monolith game then, no Mortal Kombat 12, which probably is likely that we wouldn't get it anyway. You know what I mean? But it would be like a mini WB Games show. So I would love nothing more than to watch the show with all of you guys, to end the year, the celebration of gaming that Jeff Keighley always talks about. You guys know how much I like him. And then, those two games are there. So I'm hoping for it. But I will be honest, if you had a weapon to my head, and I won't say the kind because of YouTube, if you had a weapon to my head, I would say Hogwarts is definitely, in my opinion, more likely than Gotham Knights. I would say Gotham Knights is on the low end, but if they show both of them, there will not be anybody more thrilled than me. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you guys know when all these videos go up. I've been covering the Game Awards. I will be covering the Game Awards, and I will, again, we'll be co-streaming it when the event's actually happening. So lots more videos coming. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter or subscribe to my second channel or support us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, links for them all are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.